we'll get started. All right, so we're going to start by coming into a comfortable seated position, whatever that means to you. It can be sitting cross-legged or legs wide, legs out in front of you, bent knees, whatever works and is comfortable for you. I wanted to try to begin each yoga class this term with some breathing exercises or pranayama. And we're going to start today with a cooling breath. If you're local here in Oregon, you'll be wondering why, because it's pretty cool this morning. But the cooling breath I'm starting with is because I have been having problems with heartburn lately. And I've been trying to work on that. And I forget sometimes when I'm in the midst of heartburn, I forget that, oh, I can do Shitali breath or a cooling breath. And that really does help alleviate heartburn. And so I thought, you know what, all of us, most of us do have heartburn from time to time. And so this will be a good breath to know. So it helps reduce excess bile, and it can even reduce fever, and it can help to control hunger and thirst, and is also cooling mentally, so it can help lessen stress or anger, and it can work to relax the entire body and mind. So it's a really good one if you're feeling stressed out. So this one is called Shitali breath, and I'm going to teach two different ones today. They're very similar, but the first one, Shitali, is not always possible for everybody. So just like any breathing exercise that we're going to do, we want to be in a comfortable position where our lungs can be open, where our chest can be open. So sitting up tall and kind of roll your shoulders back a little bit, opening your chest, giving plenty of space to your diaphragm area, or this area kind of below the chest and the chest, sitting up nice and tall. And we'll start by just taking a couple natural, normal breaths, bringing our attention into our breath. So notice what your breath is feeling like this morning as it moves, or this afternoon, depending on where you are, as it moves in and out through your mouth or nose. Notice if you are breathing through your nose or your mouth. Because we are going to be doing a cooling breath today, you might take notice of the warmth of your breath. And then when we shift into the cooling breath, you'll notice the coolness of your breath. Mm-hmm. And if you've got an intention you'd like to set for your class practice this morning, then go ahead and take time to set that intention. All right, and then going into Shitali breath, which is a cooling breath, we simply roll the tongue inward towards itself like a taco, and we breathe in and out through the tongue. And before I continue with any explanation of that, if you're a person who cannot roll their tongue, and by rolling, I mean inward, like that, if you're a person who can't roll their tongue, then you'll do a different breath. You're going to do Shikali breath. So that is through your teeth together, and then breathing, taking air in through your teeth, almost where your teeth are like a filter. So let's go back to the first one though, rolling the tongue. So we roll the tongue, sticks out of the mouth slightly, and we breathe in through the mouth so the air is sliding through the tongue. You'll notice immediately that, yes, that really is cooling. It brings cool air into your mouth. As we do this, you want to breathe right into your belly. So take that breath in through the tongue all the way into your belly. Belly will fill up like a balloon as you breathe in. And then you can breathe out the same way. That will be a warm breath. Belly fills up. Belly falls down. Continue breathing that way for a few breaths. It is big breaths, and it's a different breath than how we breathe naturally. So you might feel yourself getting a little bit lightheaded or otherwise kind of funny feeling, and that's okay. Stay with it if you can, but if you, of course, start getting dizzy, then come back to your natural breath. Now, if you can't roll your tongue and you need to go into the other breath, teeth gently relaxed on top of each other. Quiet, mush. Teeth gently relaxed on top of each other, breathing in through the teeth. You'll see that that's also cooling. Same way, breathing into your belly. Belly rises as you inhale. And a sort of shushing sound as you exhale. Stop. Mushy, stop. My dog. Not very peaceful if you have a dog barking. We'll take a few more breaths this way. And one more breath. And go ahead and return back to your natural breathing, whatever that is for you. All right. Remember that you can practice that breath if you get heartburn after you've eaten a heavy meal or any time that your body needs to cool down or your mind needs to cool down. Definitely if you're feeling stressed, try that breath. It's super relaxing for an uncomfortable state of mind. All right, so coming into, you might need to rearrange yourself. You should already be in a comfortable seated position. If you're not, or if you need to rearrange yourself, shake out your legs, whatever it is, come into that position. For me today, I'm gonna bring my legs wide just because that's comfortable position for me this morning. Again, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to go into some neck rolls. So go easy in your neck rolls. See how your neck is feeling today. We're gonna start by bringing our chin down towards our chest. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Notice the way your neck feels in the back. Another breath. And then as you inhale, roll your chin gently towards your right shoulder. Bring it up slightly, looking up. And then as you exhale, lower your chin, rounding it back down to center. Inhale over to the other side towards your left shoulder and bring it up slightly. And then exhale, bringing it back down to center. Inhale to your right. Exhale down. Inhale to your left. And exhale down. A couple more times at your own pace, inhaling to the right, exhaling to center, inhaling to the left, exhaling to center. After your next inhale to the left and back to center, bring your head forward once again, looking straight forward. No matter what seated position you're in, bring your hands to your thighs. We're going for a seated cat-cow or a camel ride. With an inhale, drop your chin down, bring your head forward, and then look up, stretching the back of your, stretching the front of your throat. Then with an exhale, drop your chin down and pull back, rounding through your spine, finding space in your shoulders. Inhale, lead with the head, come forward, throat stretches. Exhale, drop your chin, round your spine, pull back. Inhale, lead with the head, come forward. And exhale, drop your chin, round the spine, come back. One more time. Inhale, lead with the head, come forward. And exhale, drop your chin, round your spine, come back. Inhale, come on back up tall. Bring your right hand to the ground next beside you, or if you're in a chair, bring your right hand to the seat of the chair, and your left arm up and overhead, stretch, leaning to your right. If it's comfortable in your neck, look up towards your left hand. Maybe wiggle your fingers just for some intentional movement in your hands. Stretch just a little bit further than you think you can. And come on back up. Left hand comes down. Right hand inhales up over your head, stretches to your left. If it's okay for your neck, look up towards the right hand. Maybe wiggle your fingers or move your wrist. Stretch just a little bit more than you think you can. And come up. Again, sitting up nice and tall, draw your navel in and up towards your ribs. Relax your shoulders. We're going to twist gently by bringing left hand over to the right thigh. And again, it doesn't matter how you're sitting when you do this. I'm cross-legged because that's comfortable. You can be however it is you're sitting. And we're going to keep that spine tall as we gently turn through center, turning right through your belly. Right hand comes behind you or beside you, whatever's comfortable. Relax your shoulders down, but keep the spine tall. Take a breath or two deep into your belly if possible. You can look out over your right shoulder or look forward, whatever works best in your body. On your next exhale, release, come back forward. This is great for bringing mobility into your spine. Inhale, nice tall spine. Exhale, we'll go to the other side. Right hand to the outer left thigh, left hand beside you or behind you. You can look out over your left shoulder or more straight forward, whatever works for you. Keep the spine tall and try not to lean back. Breathing into your belly, notice the sensations in your body. And on your next exhale, come back to center. With an inhale, bring both arms wide, fingers wide, reaching up tall, palms together overhead, and then exhale, lower your hands down to your heart, elbows wide. Good. Let's strengthen the chest just a little bit while hands are here together. We're going to inhale, press the palms together, and exhale, relax the palms down. Or not relax them down, but relax them from each other. Let's try that a few more times. Inhale, press the palms tight, and exhale, relax them down. Again, inhale, press, and exhale down. Two more times. Inhale, press, exhale down. Last time, inhale, press, and exhale down. Relax both hands down. Okay. Let's come to our hands and knees. If knees are uncomfortable for you, place a blanket underneath them or a bolster if you've got one, and see if that helps. Otherwise, you can come seated into a chair. On hands and knees, we want to make sure we're in right position. Wrists are directly underneath the shoulders and your inner elbows are facing the opposite top corner of your mat. If you're not on a mat, just over to the other side above the opposite hand. So left inner elbow is facing right top corner of the mat or above the right hand. Right inner elbow is facing left top corner of the mat or above the right hand or left hand. Knees are about hip width apart. Look straight down so that your spine is long in one long line from the top of your head down through your tailbone. Draw your navel in towards your spine, and we're going to try to press everything that is touching the mat into the mat. So your hands and wrists, press them into the mat, including your fingertips, or if you're on your fists because of discomfort in the wrist, press your fists into the mat. We're also going to try to press the bottom of the feet into the, or I'm sorry, top of the feet into the mat. So we went the feet relaxed, but pressed into the mat. Likewise, pressing the knees into the mat. This should help engage your core. If you want to try to take this one step further, you might even try to lift your knees slightly off the mat. So it'd be a lifting the knees off of the mat. That's a pretty big ask, so if you try it and it's not available to you, that's totally okay. We're just trying to press everything into the ground. Let's take another breath here. Pressing, activating the whole body into the ground. All right, relax it. Curl your toes under, spread your toes wide, and see if you can lean your bottom back onto your heels. That's a big stretch for the bottom of the feet. Try to hang out here for a couple breaths. If not, you can raise your bottom up off of your heels. Let's move our wrists a little bit. Come back down to hands and knees, and then tap your feet out to get the blood flow back in them after that big stretch. From here, we're going to go into some hip circles. So again, our alignment is right, wrists directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips or thereabouts, and we're going to bring both hips down to the right, and then down towards the heels, up towards the left, and then back to center, maybe even a little bit forward of center. Let's add breath. Inhale right and back. Exhale left and up. Again, inhale right and back. Exhale left and up. One more time. Inhaling right. Exhaling left. And change positions. Left and back. Right and up. Anytime you need a break, take it, whether it's wrists or knees, take a break. Let's go 2 more times, inhaling left and back, and exhaling right and up. And 1 more time. Coming back to center when you're done, we're going to try that screaming toes pose 1 more time. Curl the toes under and stretch the feet. Excellent. Back to hands and knees. Before we come up to standing, let's do a calf stretch. I'm going to turn again. Let's do a calf stretch. Bringing the right leg back, toes curled under. Lean into your foot, pressing into the ball of your foot. Stretching the calf, stretching through the back of the leg. Take a couple of breaths. Good, and then just lift that right leg up. Lift, lift, lift. And bring it back in. Let's do the other side. Left leg back, curl the toes under, pressing into the ball of the foot. And then we're going to lift that left leg up Up, up, up. And bring it back in. Excellent. Now let's come up to standing. We're gonna go through a downward facing dog, but if downward facing dog isn't available for you, just come on up to standing. Otherwise, with wrists underneath the shoulders, curl the toes under, lift the knees off of the ground, drop the chest back, hips high, pressing through the pads of your palms in your hands. Head is relaxed down so the ears are about even with the arms. Spine is long. You can pedal your legs out here if you'd like, bearing weight on one leg to the next. Good. And then gently walk your feet up to your hands, bringing you into a forward fold. If you didn't come through downward facing dog and you're standing up already, forward fold, just bending at the waist or at the hips, relaxing your head down. And here we're going to bring the feet a little bit wider than the hips. And we're going to sweep the floor. So both hands hanging down as we sweep to the right, moving your hips to the left, and then sweep to the left, moving your hips to the right, and sweep back right and left. Right and left. Let your body just hang freely, that upper body. Good, and then come back to stillness. Now we've been upside down for a little while, so let's take it really slowly when we come up tall, rolling up through the spine, all the way up to standing. Keep your chin down for just a moment until your blood pressure regulates from being upside down. All right. Coming into mountain pose, feet directly underneath the hips, hips directly underneath the shoulder, arms out at your sides, palms facing in towards your hips or forward, whatever's most comfortable in your shoulders this morning. Lift your toes up if you can, spread your toes wide, and then float them back down to your mat. Find balance in your feet. What I mean by that is you might move around a little bit even. We want to find balance in our weight so that we're not leaning all of our weight into the front of our feet, into the back of our feet, into the inner foot or the outer foot, but rather balanced throughout all four corners of the foot. Standing up nice and tall. See if you can engage your thighs. Mushy, quiet. See if you can engage your thighs, contracting the quadriceps and the hamstrings, the front muscles and the back muscles, or lifting up your kneecaps. Draw your navel in, open your chest, shoulders relaxed away from your ears. Good. Bring your hands to your waist, elbows wide. Bring your hips forward. Bring your hips back. Send your chest forward. And hips forward. And hips back. A couple more times, hips forward. Hips back. Hips forward. And hips back. Back up tall, bring your hips right and left, right and left, and right and left. My puppy is making so much noise today. I am sorry. Bring your arms back down to your side. We're gonna do a little bit of balancing right off the bat before we go into anything else. So arms down to your side, strong arms, kind of like mountain pose, or actually exactly mountain pose. Right leg's gonna be strong, and we're gonna sweep the left leg forward and back. So left leg's coming forward and back, sweeping across the ground, forward and back. You can use a chair to hold on to or a wall to hold on to if you need to. Forward and back, forward and back. Couple more times. Forward, back, one more time. Forward. As it comes back, hold, freeze there. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Back to mountain pose.
I just pretended I was holding a chair now.
Yeah, so my son just brought up a really good point, something that I mentioned sometimes in classes, and that is you can pretend that you're holding a wall or holding a chair. Pretend that you're holding a wall by stabilizing your hand out, or pretend that you're holding a chair, and it really is helpful. So left leg down, right foot comes forward, sweep it back, forward, and back. Forward, back. Forward, back. Let's go one more time. Forward. And as you come back, hold it back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back to mountain pose. Excellent. I'm going to set my dog down for a moment, see if he'll stay quiet. All right. From here, we're going to go into a little baby back bend, not a big one. I'll show you side view so you realize that it's not a big one. Hands come to your waist and then palms facing in, so palms are on your body, fingertips down. Right at your low back or sacrum area. Draw your navel in to help engage your core, in and up. With an inhale, we're going to bend the knees and lift up the chest and look up. If anything doesn't feel good, then stop there and come back forward slightly. Knees bent, sending the pelvis forward. Lift your chest a little bit higher. And we'll just take a couple breaths there. That's our back bend this morning. When you're ready with a breath, come on back up tall. Excellent. Send your hips to the right. Send your hips to the left. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. Perfect. Back to mountain pose. Take a big step straight back with your left leg. Left toes turn out slightly, both legs straight. We're headed to a pyramid pose. Both hips facing forward, lift the chest. Inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, send your chest forward and down. Hands can come down to the ground, to your shins, to your thighs, or to something else like a block or a chair. Extend your spine fully and then rest your head down. Both legs stay straight in our pyramid pose. Two more breaths here. Then with an inhale, we're going to bend to the right knee, bring our chest back up, bringing us to a warrior one. Arms come up overhead. Looking up between our hands. Hands come wide and then down. Draw the arms straight and slightly behind you. Good. Bring your left hand forward and right arm back, taking you into a twisted warrior one. Dig your left heel into the ground as much as you can. With an inhale, bring your right arm forward, come straight back up, arms reach up. And an exhale, arms down, step forward, back to mountain pose. Excellent, let's go to the other side. Right leg comes straight back. Right toes turn out very slightly to the right. Both hips face forward. Both legs stay straight. With an inhale, both arms up. And an exhale, lead with the chest. Come forward, extending through the spine. Bring your hands down to the ground, to the shin, to the thigh, or something else like a block or a chair. Relax your head down. Make your position comfortable, whether it's hands down on the thighs, hands at the shin, wherever. Just because we could bring our hands all the way down to the ground doesn't mean we need to. It's more comfortable sometimes to be a little bit higher. Listen to your body. Relax your head down. Deep breaths. Feel the sensation in your body and in your mind. Stretch forward. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, bend your left knee, bring your chest up, reach your arms up to warrior 1. Good. Bring your arms down, straight back, fingertips strong. Turn this side. Opening the chest, looking up if you can. Right arm's gonna reach forward, left arm's gonna reach back. We twist to the left. Press your right heel into the ground. With body twisted to the left, right heel's pressing in the ground, so we're twisting deep through center. And come back to warrior 1. Bring your arms down and step forward. Take a breath or 2 here. Into mountain pose. Going to go into a little bit more balance. We did a tree pose on Thursday, and we're going to try a tree pose today again on Tuesday. So again, a chair or a wall if you know that your balance challenged this morning. Starting with the right leg down, we're going to open the left hip, knees and toes to the left. Find your focal point, something that you can stare at. If your balance is challenged, something on the ground is going to be kind of the best place to start. To take it up another level, straight forward, something maybe on the wall ahead of you. If you really want to challenge, look up. And if you want to fall over, close your eyes. Bring your left heel up and in, prop it above your leg. With eyes on your focal point, find that balance. And if you feel like you can go further, lift your left foot up against your right leg so you're now one leg. Remember, the foot can be above or below a joint, but don't press it against a joint, being the knee or the ankle. You can bring your foot all the way up towards your upper thigh, or keep it down lower in the shin area, or even keep it on the ground if that's where your balance is today. Let's bring our hands behind our back if we can. Let's bring our hands back down to our sides. Bring our left knee in and foot down. Shake out the right leg a little bit. Back to the other side, or to the other side, not back to the other side. Left leg straightened down, right hip opens, knees open, foot opens to the right. Find your focal point, something to stare at. Right heel comes up, slides in, props against the leg. When and if you feel balanced to, that right foot can lift up. Just like on the left side, be sure not to rest it against a joint. Keep the hip open. When you're ready, try bringing hands behind the back. Release your hands, bring your knee forward, release your foot, shake it out. Good job. All right, we're gonna try going from a tree pose into a warrior one. So we just did warrior one and we just did a tree pose. We're gonna try taking tree pose to warrior one. Right leg down, left hip opens, find your tree pose. When you're ready, with an inhale, we're gonna bring the left knee forward, left leg back, bending the right knee, both arms reach up. How'd we do? Now to make it a little bit more challenging, let's try to reverse that, going from a warrior one right into a tree pose. So from warrior one, shifting weight into the right leg, straightening through the right leg, left knee drags open into your tree pose. Bring the knee forward, arms down, and shake it out. Let's try it again. Oh, this is like a Monday morning. Okay. Tuesday, no, this is Tuesday, not Monday. Okay, I'm losing it. Sorry, guys. All right, left leg down this time. We're going to try it on this side. All right, finding our tree pose. Left leg's down, right hip opens, coming into that tree. Arms reach up, and we're going to try to find warrior pose. Right knee comes forward, right leg comes back, left knee bends, warrior pose. Let's try to take it back to tree. Shift weight into the left leg straightens, right knee draws forward and opens to tree pose. Right knee comes forward, leg down, arms down. Shake it out. Good job, guys. All right, coming back to mountain pose. We're going to take a big step back with the left leg. Turn the right foot in, left foot in so that the feet are parallel. Here we're going to go into a wide-legged forward fold. If you have a chair really nearby, that's a really nice place to start so that you can bring your hands down to the seat of the chair and work from there. If you don't have a chair nearby, that's okay. But we're going to start really tall with our legs wide and then focus on keeping your spine straight and send your hips back. Hips come back, spine still straight. Hands can come to your thighs if you don't have a chair to put them on. Keep sending your hips back, chest forward, hips back, chest forward. Maybe you've come to a point that you can bring your hands to the ground, but keep your spine straight. If hands are at the thighs, you might bring them down to the ankles or someplace else that works for you. This is another opportunity to use a block. Trying to keep that spine straight though. One more breath. And then relax the spine. Let your head come down, soft spine. Take several breaths there. Keep breathing. Big stretch through the back of the body. Deep breaths into your belly if you can. You don't want to do that one?
Kind of difficult.
It's difficult. All right, from there, hands on the ground or on the chair or a block or wherever they are, straighten your spine. We're gonna lift the right arm out, giving just a slight twist to the body. If your body's willing to go deeper, try lifting the right arm up more to get a deeper twist. One more breath. And then bring it down. To the other side, left arm to the left. If your body wants to go deeper, bring it deeper still. Don't force it though, only if the body's like, oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And bring it back down. Wonderful. Walk your feet in a little bit and come on back up to standing. Walk your feet in just a little bit more, but keep them wide. We're going to go into a goddess pose. Both feet turn out away from each other, sitting up tall or standing up tall. Arms reach up, bend to the knees, and then bend to the elbows. Show you what this looks like forward on. There. Goddess pose. From here, we're going to lift the heels off of the ground and then bring them back down. And 2 more times, lift the heels up and down. 1 more time, lift the heels up and down. Straighten the legs, straighten the arms, reach up. Take a big breath in. And then right back to our goddess squat, bending the elbows, bending the knees. Good. Holding here, draw your elbows back, opening the chest. Keeping the knees bent, send your hips back, and we're gonna try to come forward. Good. Maybe bring the hands down to the ground, but keep those knees bent. Excellent. With an inhale, come all the way up, straighten through the legs, reach up. And an exhale, arms down. Walk your feet in. Let's come down to the ground. However you'd like to get to the ground is just fine. We're going to come into leg straight position. Toes engaged toward your body. We're going to do a little bit of abdominal strengthening because I know that was requested this term. So with this one, we're just going to bring the arms forward. Pretend like you've got something to hold on to in front of you. You don't really want something to hold on to, just pretend it. Press your heels into the ground. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Then we're gonna roll back. And just when you feel like you're gonna drop, come back up. Good. Let's do that many times. Pull down, hold on to whatever you're holding on to, and come back up. Good. Again. And back up. Depending on your abdominal strength, you might be only coming back just a little bit before you come back up. And that's okay. Or you might be feeling super enthusiastic this morning and coming all the way down before you come back up. Let's try it just a few more times. Holding on to that, whatever you're holding on to, and come back up. Good. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. And 1 more after that. Excellent. Arms come down, bend your knees, bringing the bottom of the feet together, headed for a bound angle pose. Intertwine the fingers underneath the feet if you can. If you can't get your hands underneath the feet, then bring them to your knees or to your ankles. Lift your chest up, relax your shoulders, and then relax your thighs. Take a couple of breaths here. And then going into a little bit of a mind workout as well. We're going to take those intertwined fingers, bring them underneath our chin, elbows wide, legs wide, and we're gonna simultaneously flutter our little butterfly wings. So both legs up, both arms up and down, and then flutter a little bit quicker. Okay. Now try to not make them match. Just kind of going any which way. Excellent. Go ahead and relax the hands down. See if you can come forward just a little bit with your chest. Come on, back up. Bring your hands behind you. Roll your shoulders in towards each other and open your chest. Leaning back a little bit in our butterfly pose. Look up if that's okay for your neck. Come on, back up. Scoot forward on your mat if you're not already forward, and then we're gonna come down to the ground in this butterfly pose. Bringing your hands down with you, all the way down. You might press your hands into your thighs to go for a deeper stretch. Bring your hands to rest on top of each other on your belly. And take a couple of breaths. Relax your arms down. Bring both knees in together. Extend your left leg straight onto the ground. Bend your right knee up toward your chest. Wrap your arms around your shin or knee. Take a breath or two. Then we're going to see if we can take the right hand, bring it all the way to the right foot. Let your left arm relax down. And then open your right foot out to the right, keeping your right knee bent. So we're essentially in a half happy baby. Let your shoulders soften if they're crunched up for this. Bring your right foot in, release your right foot with your hand, knee in, relax the foot down. Let's trade sides. Bringing your left knee in, extend your right leg. Give your left knee a hug. Take a couple breaths there. And then going for that half happy baby, left hands coming to the inside of the left leg to grab the foot. Right arm relaxes down. A deepening of the knee bend and a lifting of the left foot. In this position, I've got my pointer and middle finger wrapped around my big toe. That might not be comfortable for everybody though, so you might grab hold of your foot or even of your ankle or maybe even your thigh. One more breath. Bring your left foot and knee in. Bring both knees up to your chest and give yourself a hug. Relax your feet down. We'll get ready for Shavasana. Extending your legs straight out in front of you, arms down to your sides. If it's not comfortable for you to lay flat on your back, you of course can bend your knees or come into any position that makes you feel comfortable. You want to be able to feel safe and comfortable, regardless of what position that's in. So it might be flat on your back, but it might be something else that works better for you. You can stretch or move in any way that you need to before you come into final relaxation. If you find yourself uncomfortable lying on your back at any point, then feel free to move and change it. Otherwise, just close your eyes, relax your jaw, relax your brow, and relax your tongue. Breathe, finding awareness to your breath. Inhale and exhale. Notice and feel the rise and fall of your chest or your belly on every inhalation and exhalation. Every time you breathe in, invite relaxation. And every time you breathe out, let go of tension. Breathing in, inviting relaxation. And breathing out, letting go of tension. Feel all the points of contact between your body and the floor and sink down through those points of contact, where your shoulders touch, or where your bottom touches, your thighs or heels, or whatever else is touching the ground. Notice those as points of contact, releasing the tension. Let go, relax, and breathe. And we'll take some moments just in silence, focusing here on relaxing, letting go through the entire body. Inhale, exhale. Gently start to deepen your breath. Invite small movements into your body, moving your fingers and toes. And then when you're ready, draw your knees up towards your chest, giving yourself one more hug. Take your time, no reason to move too quickly. You might rock from side to side. When you're ready, roll over to one side. Take a few mindful breaths there. Or if it's uncomfortable to lay on your side, just work your way up to seated and take your breaths there. And when you're ready to move further, come on up to seated if you're not already here. You're welcome to unmute yourself if you'd like to share anything. So let's go ahead and close our eyes if they're not already closed. And we're going to do a very brief little meditation for taking a moment and coming up with an encouraging thought. Something that can be a quote you've heard, or poetry, a song lyric, or a song, something that comes to you yourself without the help of outside sources, just something that will be encouraging that you can hold on to today. An encouraging thought. Maybe it would be a Bible verse or other area of worship for you. Something that a friend has said. Maybe even just the words, "I love you." An encouraging thought. Just draw that up in your mind. And as you come with that into your mind, notice how that feels in your body as you think of that thought. Maybe you don't feel anything, and that's okay. Or maybe you do feel something. Maybe you feel lighter in your shoulders. Maybe you feel your jaw release a little bit of tension. Maybe you feel little butterflies in your tummy when you think of that encouragement. Whatever you feel or don't feel is okay. We're just bringing awareness to it. Now, if you're somebody who has a difficult time finding encouragement, that's okay too. I will share mine that I came up with. And that was that I am exactly where I am supposed to be in this moment in time. So that's my encouragement. No matter what else is going on around me in the world, no matter how uncomfortable a circumstance may or may not be, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be for that moment in time. So you can borrow that if you need to. And let's go ahead and close out, but I will, so I can end the recording, but I won't close out the meeting just yet in case anybody needs to share anything. Let's bring our hands together at our heart. Take a big breath in. And we'll just finish by acknowledging each other, or with me acknowledging you guys. And thank you for spending time with me this morning or afternoon, as the case may be, wherever you are. And I honor each of you. Namaste.
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 Thank you.